Princess Diana moved into apartments 8 and 9 of the Kensington Palace after her marriage to Prince Charles III in 1981. She continued living in this palace after her divorce from the prince until she died in 1997. Join us as we take a tour of her apartments. Kensington Palace is one of the residences of the British royal family. It was originally built in 1605 by Sir George Copin. It became a property of the royal family in 1689 when William and Mary bought the palace from Earl Daniel Finch. The palace holds several public and private apartments. Among these are the King's and Queen's apartments, which house members of the royal family. One of these apartments is 8 and 9, which served as Princess Diana's primary residence. It was in this palace that she lived with her husband and raised her 2 sons until her death. Apartments 8 and 9 were conjoined in 1981 to make room for Princess Diana and Prince Charles after their marriage. The result was a 3-story apartment with adequate space for the family. Shortly after moving in, Diana began the task of redecorating her home to suit her tastes. She worked with the South African designer Dudley Poplack to introduce decorative elements that respected the classic roots of the palace and the modernity of her style. Each room in the house is quintessentially Princess Diana, incorporating pastels, bold patterns, and prints. The house features a spacious entrance hall, painted in a bold yellow colour. The first floor of the apartment housed the living quarters for staff and security personnel. On the second floor of the apartment were the majority of Princess Diana's living spaces, including the living room, drawing room, and dining room. The living room often doubled as Princess Diana's workspace. It featured a pink sofa with a matching armchair, both with a box-pleated skirt. On the sofas were plush cushions and pillows made from floral patterned fabrics of pastel colours in shades of pink and green. One of the cushions had a similar pattern to the wallpaper in the living room. Next to the armchair and sofa in the living room was a fireplace above which hung a Regency mirror. The walls of the living room had a patterned wallpaper with pastel blues, soft pinks, and whites arranged in floral patterns. In addition to floral patterns, Princess Diana incorporated frills into their apartment, turning it into a femininely cozy space. Inside the living room, some of her throw pillows feature a frilly trim. The sofa and armrest feature a pleated skirt, and a lampshade set on a side table next to the sofa features a frill-like texture. Her living room had plain blue curtains with a frilly, floral trim that matched the wallpaper. On the floor was a white rug. Princess Diana displayed a lot of photographs and art in her spaces, most of which featured gold frames. Diana used the space behind her couch as an office with a modest wooden desk. Her wooden office chair had a pastel green fabric covering. Behind her desk are 2 framed watercolour prints. She also had a bookshelf with some of her favourite hardcover books inside the living room. Photographs taken by her butler shortly after her death gave us a deeper glimpse into her living space, including additional items in the living room, such as large framed photograph of 2 dancers, wooden table filled with framed family photos, telephone on a stand, stuffed toy, miniature Christ the Redeemer statue, a framed photo of Prince Harry, photo frame with black and white images, leather-topped writing desk, a framed black and white photo of Prince Harry, a ballerina figure, Harrand porcelain animal figurines displayed on a shelf. Princess Diana's Kensington apartment also came with a more formal drawing room. The walls of this room were painted a soft yellow. On one wall is a large tapestry with a countryside scene, while most of the other walls in the space are covered with photographs of Princess Diana's family and loved ones. The drawing room features 2 main seating areas. One of them has a large cream-coloured couch, flanked by 2 orange armchairs. Beside each armchair are side tables with coffee table books. The other seating area has 2 large green sofas. Behind one of these sofas is a chest of drawers, on which Princess Diana displayed some of her framed family photos. All the sofas in the drawing room feature plush cushions of different colours. some with bold patterns and others made from plain fabric. The floor of the drawing room was covered with a patterned cream carpet with leaf and floral patterns with the colours reddish and blue. She also kept her grand piano in the drawing room. Next to her piano was a green velvet piano stool. The entire top floor of their apartment featured a nursery suite dedicated to Diana's 2 sons and their nannies. In addition to the kids' and nannies' bedrooms, the nursery suite featured a fully furnished playroom. The apartments in Kensington Palace also had a formal dining room, where Princess Diana would occasionally hold formal meetings. In the centre of the room is a round dining table surrounded by ornate furniture. On the floor of the dining room is a red and white tiled section around the dining table and chairs. Princess Diana went with a red colour scheme in the dining room. The curtains are a deep shade of red with a floral frill along the edges. Dragons and Wharton Street, a luxury children's design specialist, worked with Diana to decorate the playroom. Diana went with a red, white and green colour scheme. With this in mind, they added a strawberry print carpet incorporating all 3 colours. The walls were painted cream with green trim. Each of the children had a rocking horse, both with a red base. William's rocking horse had a white body, while Harry's had a black body with green highlights. In the way of furniture, the room had a children's-sized table with kid-sized chairs and a stuffed cream pattern sofa. In one corner of the playroom was a red armchair, decorated with a cream and red patterned cushion. Little is known about Princess Diana's bedroom, but it is said to have had a dressing room by the mirror and a couch that held a lot of her stuffed toys, including some from her childhood. Princess Diana was both stylish in her fashion sense as well as her approach to interior design. The photographs available of her home depict a cosy and welcoming space made with family in mind. Her home, like her public life, presents her as an approachable and warm person. She was not shy about incorporating her touch into her home and decor, from the choice of soothing pastel colours, bold yet harmonious patterns, historical paintings and art, and endless framed photographs of her family. Outside the apartment, Princess Diana had access to a helipad which is visible from the nursery suite. She also had access to the outdoor garden. One of her favourite spots in the Kensington Palace grounds was the Sunken Garden. The garden was first created in 1908 at the instruction of King Edward VII. The garden featured terraces with herbs and water features. Since its establishment, the garden evolved to include other elements including paving, ornamental flower beds, ponds, and recently, a statue of Princess Diana. The statue was unveiled on July 1st, 2021 by Prince William and Prince Harry on what would have been their mother's 60th birthday. They also remodelled the garden, planting some of Princess Diana's favourite flowers including forget-me-nots, peonies, lavender, tulips, roses, dahlias and sweet peas. Princess Diana lived in Kensington Palace during her marriage and maintained the apartment as her official residence after her divorce. After Princess Diana's tragic death in 1997, her house was cleared, removing her items and the decorations she had put up. The items in her home were either put in storage or given to friends and family. The antiques and paintings from the Royal Trust were reinstated. The apartments would remain empty for a long time. Later, Prince Charles began using them as an office and as a studio space for the Royal Drawing School. Later, the apartments were remodelled for Prince Harry to use as offices for their official duties. They also used the space to entertain guests during their charity events. While Princess Diana's apartments at Kensington Palace have long changed, her spirit remains on the ground, partly immortalised by the impact she had on the world and the memorial garden planted in her honour. Her children have played a part in immortalising her, including commissioning her statue now in the Sunken Garden, as well as symbolic actions such as Prince Harry's proposal to Meghan Markle inside the memorial garden. Let us know in the comments what you think of her residence. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you never miss an upload.